What's up, fellow Fin fans? It's your boy Optimistic Fins fan here with another Dolphins recap video. And guys, I coming from a broken fan. Everyone on Twitter, everyone saying, "Oh, with Tua in the lineup, with Tua not hurt, we would have won this game, we would have won that game." Well, Tua was back. Offense looked sharp, but the Dolphins, and I'll say the word choked, the Dolphins choked this victory away. The Cardinals ended up winning the football game 28-27 in a game where the Miami Dolphins led for 49 minutes and really did not give up that lead until the final second with the field goal from the Cardinals kicker. And, I'm absolutely disappointed that this team just can't get on the same page. It's either the defense plays well and the offense doesn't. The offense plays well, the defense doesn't. They're just not a team that plays complementary football, and they do not play complete football. They're not a complete football team. And so that's what you get with an inconsistent team that cannot win in the same game in all three phases. I'm not saying wins because of their offense in one game or because of their defense. And because of their offense and their defense and their special teams, one unit complements each other. This team just can't do it. And so, again, with Tua back in the lineup, like I said, the offense would have been much better. It was a little bit more pass heavier back with Tua back. I wouldn't say they shied away from the run. However, I think there were some personnel issues that hindered some of the run game. Still had over 150 yards rushing. I can't really complain there. But there were some personnel issues and there was some situational play calling that continues to hinder Mike McDaniel. And now the team is 2-5. This was a must-win. Miami needed to come out, get some momentum, get a win. Now we go 2-5 into Buffalo, a team that has had our number for years, and it just does not look good. Unless something clicks with this team in a week, I just don't see this ending well for the Miami Dolphins. And as year 3 in the Mike McDaniel tenure is unfolding, it seems like the team is regressing. This is the worst it's been since Mike McDaniel has been here. We've had 2 winning seasons, 2 years in the playoffs, early exits, of course. But, it comes a time where everybody has to be evaluated, and that starts up top. I've put out videos. I've said multiple times it's not just Mike McDaniel. This is not a Mike McDaniel hate channel, but he needs to be held accountable for what the team is going through, because a lot of the issues stem from him, but a lot of the issues stem from even above him. Chris Greer has not built the team the right way. This team is just littered with bad contracts, littered with old players who seem to be just here to cash a paycheck. And the young guys that have been drafted, especially on the defensive side of the ball, it just seems like we're not getting the impact that we need. And so that's a recipe for a disaster. And so, I'll kind of talk about a lot of different things, but it just, disappointment is a big kind of overarching kind of mood in this video. I'm just very upset just with the way the Dolphins folded at the end. And for the most part, that first half, the Dolphins had, really the whole game, the Dolphins had control, time of possession, running the football consistently, over 150 yards rushing. They ran the ball well. They threw it 38 times, ran for about 20-ish times, which I would like that a little bit more balanced. Tua, for the most part, looked sharp. He missed some throws. He missed some reads. But all in all, the offense moved a lot better with him in it, and we all knew that. We all knew the offense would look a lot better with Tua in the ballgame. The offense was able to score, but an issue that I'm seeing is we're scoring field goals, where last year we were scoring touchdowns. The red zone defense and the red zone offense just not been good this year. When we get to the red zone, we're stalling. The play calling in the red zone has not been good. We've been kicking field goals. And so that was kind of the big thing in this game. We were kicking field goals. Another thing are the dumb mistakes. Last week, it was the 2 fumbles, one by Ingold, one by Mostert. This week, it's the fumbles from the center to the quarterback, the snap that went out of the end zone. It seemed like the ball came in hot. Doesn't matter. It hit Tua right in the hands, and he should have caught it. And so it's just dumb things like that, and that flipped the momentum. We're 20-10 at that point in the third quarter. We just stopped them on a 3-and-out, or 6-and-out, something like that. They punted the ball, and we really had a chance to sustain this long drive and get some more points and really take over this ball game, and they do something like that. That completely flipped the momentum, and you just can't have that with a 2-4 football team who needs to play nearly perfect to get wins. You just can't do that. You cannot do that. And so that was the beginning of the end of the Dolphins. I'll kind of go over some good and bad that I saw. The good. The offense as a whole played good. I won't say they played outstanding. I won't say they played excellent. They played good enough to win. About 377 yards of total offense, 150 yards rushing, which is good. I mean, now within that 150 yards rushing, Achane had 10 of those carries for 97 yards, which averages about 9.7 yards per carry, almost 10 yards a carry. Jalen Wright, 2 carries for 18 yards. That's 9 yards per attempt. Raheem Mostert, 6 carries, 16 yards. That's 2.1 yards per attempt. They kept feeding Mostert. You can tell he's our red zone back. He got the 2 touchdowns. But those 6 carries, it's starting to become a time where fans are clamoring for more Jalen Wright. He seems to be a bit more efficient running the ball right now. And so force feeding Mostert to where you need to get this kid some more playing time. Give him the ball more in his hands. He's getting yards. He's making plays. Whereas Mostert just did not look right yesterday. Even with the 2 touchdowns, one of them was like a walk-in touchdown. It's time to kind of incorporate more Wright and less Mostert. I know McDaniel has a very strong connection with Mostert, you can tell, but that's just kind of what I've been noticing in the running game, and a lot of fans have too. I will say less penalties. That has been good. They played more disciplined, and I think that has a lot to do with Tua being back in the lineup. A lot of less motion mishaps. The timing was a lot better, so that cut down a lot of the penalties. So that was a good that I saw, an improvement. Sanders was a lot better. He made the field goals that he had to. So there was some good with that. I think Chop Robinson stepped up yesterday. He played a decent game, a better game than he has been. This is one of his better games as a pro, in my opinion. I saw him there consistently. Not getting the sacks, but he was forcing things. He did over pursue a couple times, rushing the passer, and I saw a lot of that with the blitzing. Just guys flying in, not playing smart, not breaking down. But Chop played a pretty good game. And so some of the things that I saw that just were not good, and the reasons why we lost: 1, the fumble. The fumbles, the mishaps under center are still happening. Julian Hill fumbled at the 1-yard line, which I don't know why we're playing him anymore. He should not be on this team anymore. Every single week he does something, penalties, fumbles, dumb things that he shouldn't be on the field. He's a liability. And the team is forcing him to try to be something he's not. He should not be on the field. And so dumb mistakes are continuing to still happen. The play of the defense, I've commended the defense up to this point. However, they struggled quite a bit yesterday. I think a lot of it has to do with compensating blitzing. I think Kyler Murray destroyed our blitz. Our blitzes did not hit yesterday. But having said that, Weaver had to blitz to get some sort of pressure because we couldn't get pressure with a 4-man front. We just don't have the guys. We have Chubb out. We have Jalen Phillips out. Ogba and Chop are out there, and they are who they are right now, but they're not going to be consistently getting there. Sealer was out, and who knows how long he's going to be out, our best interior defensive lineman. So we were down on the defensive line, and Weaver came in with a mentality of having to blitz to compensate for that. However, when you blitz, your blitz is better hit. Otherwise, you will get picked apart, and that's exactly what Kyler Murray did. And so the linebackers got picked apart in the pass game, especially David Long, who had one of his worst games as a Miami Dolphin. He's always been a liability in the past, but he was just not good yesterday. Even tackling, he was missing tackles. He was the worst player on the field on both sides of the ball. And right behind him was Cam Smith. He wasn't very good either. Again, to play devil's advocate, it was his first game all year after being on IR, second year in the league, and they had him lining up one-on-one with Marvin Harrison. I'm not sure why you would do that. He was picked apart. He gave up a touchdown in the end zone of miscommunication. He wasn't good. Jordan Poyer, again, just being very slow on assignments, missing tackles as well. He hasn't been good really all year. So some personnel issues that just continue to haunt this team. Holland was out the second half. He's been banged up. He's been banged up his whole Dolphins tenure. I don't envision him coming back next year. Ramsey has been awesome in the box. You can tell his age in his man coverage. You know, he was kind of taken advantage of on that touchdown to Marvin Harrison. But, I mean, you know, Ramsey, he's getting up there in age, and, you know, he can't keep up like he once did. But he's still the best player on our defense. And he continues to make plays inside the box, especially in the run game. He's been very impressive. But the defense just gave up 21 points in the second half, over 250 yards. Kyler Murray had his way. They had no answer for McBride. The linebackers couldn't do anything there. The linebackers, to me, are the weakest unit on this defense. Jordan Brooks has been pretty good, but Long he's not an every down linebacker. He's such a liability in coverage. And, you know, Fuller's played nice, but we're getting to the point now where we just don't have enough young talent to develop on the defensive side in regard to draft picks. We've traded a lot of our draft picks in recent years, you know, in that win now mode, which, you know, is understandable, but that comes at a price. You know, we did all that for what? There's nothing to show for it, and now we have to start picking up the pieces. So I don't want to fully throw this season away. I don't want to fully give up, but we're at a point now when you look across the AFC, we are 2-5. Somehow the Jets are worse than us, and they suck even worse than we do, and we're still second place in the division. But we're at a point now to where we have 5 losses, and if we get past 8 losses, the season's done. I think the best record we have that we could squeak into the playoffs is 9-8. So really, that's 3 games that you have left to lose, in my opinion. And we're playing the likes of Buffalo again. We're playing Houston again. Or not again, but we're playing the Texans. We're playing the Packers. We're playing the 49ers. That's 4 games right there. We're playing the Jets twice. So Browns, who are going to be a tough out. They have a good defense. So, I mean, you have 3 losses left. And you've given up 2 wins in the last couple weeks. The Colts last week with the fumbles and the missed field goals, and this week with the bad snap and just the defense absolutely folding. And, you know, I want to say that, you know, despite the offense doing good most of the games, the offense got the ball back with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter to close it. And, you know, Jonnu Smith got that big first down. It was about, 6 minutes left? And they go 3 and out after that. They could not get another first down. They punted the ball away with around 5 minutes left. And when they punted that ball, I had a sneaky suspicion that it was over. I did not think the offense would get the ball back. Just the way the Cardinals were moving. And so that was also a big piece. They couldn't get it done. When they needed to, the Cardinals did, and the Cardinals won the football game. And so that's kind of the recap of this game. And as you know, as we're moving forward, when is it time to really, really assess the situation, both for our head coach and our general manager, to see maybe that it's been another failed rebuild for the Miami Dolphins, and we may just be kind of teetering towards another full-on purge. So we will see what happens. We have a huge game in Buffalo. I've said this the last 3 weeks. I just don't see it. But, you know, people clamoring, oh, Tua's back. He's here to save us. They did not look good with Tua at the start of the season. And, you know, the offense still doesn't look like it's fully clicking like it has been. And so the deep balls aren't there. The deep game isn't there. It's too many screens. It's just a mess. And so that's kind of my assessment on this game. The Dolphins are now 2-5, and it's really, we have little hope going into Buffalo this week. But I appreciate everybody here. If you watch this video in full, I do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, comment down below if you're a Dolphin fan. Where do we go from here? How do you see us playing against Buffalo? You know, and so again, guys, I thank you. I appreciate you guys watching, and you know, I'll put more Dolphin content. Follow me on TikTok as well. The links will be, and my X will be down in the video below. So I put some content out on TikTok, some small videos here and there, but I will put a preview and prediction for the Buffalo Bills as the week progresses, and any news of note that that comes out, I'll try and put out a video for. But again, I appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next video.